violation. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ninja Review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my 3-part review of the sci-fi video, but today we're back to the real skating. Independence Absolutely 9 video on the Thrasher Magazine YouTube channel. A link to this video will be in the description below. It looks like this guy's gonna... I'm not gonna say it. Rewind and play. Gotta save my voice. These guys are already speaking German. Eklig, Penner, Titten, Donkey, Entschuldigung. We do a little bong on the pole, grabbing the pole, grabbing the board, sloppy landing, front shove, backside flip. Beautiful. Is he going to litter his skateboard into the river? We got locks everywhere. We got hand on the rail. We got a rail, handrail. No thank you. Ollie's over. He's dressed like workaholics. Now we got crooked grind across. Does the hair flip? Was that yet another little tap on the pole? How many little pole taps are we gonna get? Actually, it looked like that was just an ollie, which now I wish it would have been a pole tap. We get a wall ride, big tic-tac on the way down. So far, the action is pretty great. Giant kickflip right there. Is that Evan Smith? You wouldn't know because he's not dressed all weird. Maybe he's maturing. Now we got nose grind 180. Is this one of those public chess tables? I've never seen one of those in the wild. Is that just a New York and European thing, or does that exist in other parts of America? Now we got some B-roll. Believe it or not, on tour, they drive a lot, and they have to let you know. Lip slide down a giant handrail and an extremely obvious violation on a warm-up trick. Okay, and he skids, and he touches the ground again. Then the guy behind him does a giant nose grind into a small tic-tac. Can someone skate this handrail cleanly, please? We're laying on the ground. We're early grabbing, hand on the ground, upside down, front blunt, kick flip, or just say blunt frontside flip. Was his heel on the ground? I'm not sure. Does this guy want to touch the ground? He does. Is this the guy that smoked the cigarette upside down, or was it a joint? Grind into the bank. The action so far is not something I think many people would complain about, but since this is a team of pros on arguably the most popular skate truck brand, you would expect them to maybe clean up their tricks a little bit. Roll on, grind, roll on, nose grind. If you have to do a roll on grind, at least let it be a roll on nose grind. Nose slide pops out to fakie. Maybe that was the warm up trick for the spot. No one wants to back lip the spot because their balls will no longer exist. Back tail, pretty good. I also did notice the crooked grind to, I guess, 50-50 or just bonk on the way out. I used to do that trick a lot when I was a teenager. Now we get the 180 to 5-0 down the hubba, kind of like the wall ride up, very difficult. 5-0 down the steep hubba. Is anybody else gonna skate it? Maybe a 50-50, maybe a crooked grind. Maybe we'll go to another spot and just roll in a circle. Kick flip out, thank God he saved that. Could you imagine if someone just rolled in a circle and called it a trick? Kick flip into a crooked grind, filmed pretty decently. Love me the variety in this video, right? We get the flat bars, we get the handrails. This guy's about to jump onto a flat bar and then roll down a hill, flipping into handrails. We got wall rides. We're rolling down hills. It seems like these guys are skating a lot of different types of terrain, and that is, I think, what you should expect out of a skate team. And maybe not everyone has to be great at everything, but I think if you are running a team, if you're the team manager, I think it makes more sense for everyone to be diverse, but still be able to shred with each other on a trip. We've noticed there's some guys, so much B-roll, by the way, where when the van pulls up to a handrail, they're just like, well, looks like I just gotta sit in the van for a while. Can we please skate a ditch in the middle of nowhere so that I can do a back lip? And I feel like maybe that is something that the independent team does well. They also touch the ground a lot really well, and they do early grabs really well, or maybe it's just the same guy doing that every time. Smith Grind walks off of the skateboard. Now we're climbing, smoking cigarettes. This is the worst skate park in the world. I think there was a video Gravette did, I think, where the skate park was just kind of a quarter pipe with no ground. Kind of enjoy those worst skate park videos. This looks exhausting to skate. All that running without any of the action. Now we're sitting in the van, walking in a circle. Someone filmed that, all right? Somebody grabbed their camera and walked in a circle 50 times saying, we got to use this. Kickflip across the gap into the steep bank, landing perfect, skids for the kids. You know what? We have action. We had one big lapse of B-roll, but it was probably where the video switched songs. That is kind of the disadvantage I have watching these videos on mute. But since we've always done that, we are going to continue doing that, and it helps us to focus on just the skating. But we probably do miss out on some of the editing that was done with a purpose. Now we got this weird rainbow rail, back 5-0 across. We got the handrail guys, we got the transition guys. We don't have anyone doing too many manuals. And of course we have the guys that roll down the hill. Front feeble, breaks the board, still manages to not drag the tail. Did we need to show this that many times? Maybe yeah, maybe no. I think that last angle was quite aesthetic. Showed the car go by, showed that he could die. Kickflip 5-0 on the steep handrail, landing absolutely perfect. No run up for this rail. 5-0's down, excellent filming. We got his buddies clapping. Also, I've noticed no one has to hug after every single trick, but they do have to put their hands on the ground. That's gonna be a violation. Yet again, is it the same people over and over? We call those repeat offenders. Hand on the board, foot on the ground, still manages to do a handrail. I am surprised that they can skate this handrail with such ease, with no runway. Back 50-50, fake knee stees. Shout out T-Funk. Now we're doing a nose slide, bending the knee even during the nose slide. But I think I may have just noticed something with the skater's heel on the ground. Violation once again, and a tic-tac. Although it is a very creative way to skate that spot, didn't need the tic-tac. The heel on the ground really wasn't that big of a deal. Look at the distance this guy covered on the feeble. It looks like he has to go over a small curb first, which I would imagine messes up the balance. He is really like riding that sideways, which sometimes can mess you up, because if this pole makes contact with this wheel, it can buck you straight over. So very impressive feeble grind right there. The tree may have been in the way of the tic-tac, and we still have how many minutes left in this video? I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward. If you guys want to watch this video on your own time, I already mentioned a link will be in the description. Giant frontside flip to disaster. Now we're doing kickflip into the nose pick, I guess, ice pick. What do we call that trick? I ask you guys all the time in the comments, and we always end up making up new names. What do we even call this? What, 270 into like the nose pick, 270s back in, going upside down, holding upside down for a long time, dropping into the disaster. Is that a cop-out, or does that add coolness to the trick? Gapping across board slide to board slide on an extremely sackable spot. Kickflip, rolling well, not quite just rolling. He added an ollie, and then he's rolling. Little skid for the kid. If we have to simply roll down things, at least look like this guy, because it makes the whole thing more enjoyable. Crooked grind. Mark Appleyard, do I remember? Do you? Where were you? Nice little shout out right there. We get wall ride, rubs his face on the ground, pushing many times. That wall ride's actually really insane because it looks like he gets really in there and actually elevates on the wall ride, where some people kind of power slide. That is crazy. I wonder if it has to do with the texture of the wall. Let me know in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about. Giant kinked rail, cross-locked. I love this angle more than the previous angle. What a crazy rail to skate. I'd imagine maybe we're getting towards the end of the video. The guy that always does the switch front shove and always touches his hand on the ground did the same switch front shove he always does and touch the ground with the same hand that's always touching the ground. If you shake this guy's hand, make sure to wash it afterwards because he is all over the ground in every single video part. Ollie into the wall ride on the stucco. Does he drag his heels on the ground? I don't even care at this point. The video has action. That's all we want. Big lip slide, no hand on the ground. What happened there? Did we change our style? Nose blunt, slamming, going completely limp. Goes back for it. Perfect. Nose blunt. I was gonna say, let me see that bottom angle. Huge trick on a giant rail. Very aesthetic spot as well. And I would imagine maybe that is the final trick of the video. No, it looks like there might be even more. But first, we have to mess around riding up gaps into, I think that was a board slide, kind of hard to tell from this angle. Gapping across. Well, it looks like from this angle, it kind of looks like it would be a lip slide, but where the skater was, definitely just a board slide gapping over. Even right there, it's, I guess, a crooked grind, but it looks like a nose grind. Either way, what a gigantic gap to jump across. Who looks at a spot like that and says, I'll hit the rail? I bet most people just jump off and land over here. Man, this is a crazy trick to be doing. What do we give this video out of 10? Well, there was so many repeated violations, hands on the ground, feet on the ground. And I'm not just talking about the inverts. We have to ding these guys at least a little bit, but the video was still wildly entertaining and exciting. 9.8. Would you guys agree with the 9.8? Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Also, reminder, I upload a video on this channel every single day. Do you guys think there's anything the skaters or filmers in this video could have done to make it better? Because I think it was a very good video and I enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Kuna Matata.